Welcome to the JimBob Sports Jamboree with Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, the superstar Mike Morris. This show brought to you by the Window Store, and the proprietor of the Window Store is sitting right here as well, Tyler Ganz. And gentlemen,
hard to miss.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
You block a lot of windows when you stand in front of it. You know that old saying that you
make a better door than a window? Yeah.
If you're watching us on YouTube, which is at Superstar Legends USA, or Sports Legends USA, I'm sorry, go to YouTube, look it up. You can watch all these shows. You can see what we're talking about when we talk about Tyler and the space that he occupies here in the studio.
Just fat jokes all
It's
day.
not fat.
No, you're just big.
Look at Morris. Would you call Mike Morris? I won't even
No,
say the word.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, be careful. I'll rearrange your doggone chiclets into a 3-4
All right.
defense.
I wouldn't call him anything. I think he can kick my butt.
Well. You know, man, everything's a compliment in here.
That's it.
You're a big guy
You're a
in
big
great
dude.
shape.
Right.
There you go. So take it like that.
Tell my girlfriend.
You're a human. What do you call it for like windows? You have like stuff that you can put in the canvas and like the awnings and stuff out. You're like the human awning for your windows. You just block out the sun everywhere you go.
All right.
All right, gentlemen, your Minnesota Vikings have suddenly corrected all the problems that plagued them in just one simple week, Chuck. It was astonishing what they did to the Bengals.
To me, it was a great game to watch because you saw the team come together. You know, plus, and I'm going to say this now. You know what I said about Carson Wentz. You know, the second player picked in the draft. 2016, something like that.
Probably, yeah. 'Cause
I don't know, whatever. But you know,
right.
you get these guys that go away. And they have a good year here and there, and then something happens. They get injured, and then they can't recapture, you know, who they were, and they work at it, of course. But so he comes in here, and I didn't know his throwing angles. I was looking at all that. He's Patrick Mahomes alike. He has that ability to throw the ball that kind of way. But I like the way he controlled the offense. And number one, that couldn't happen, but the offensive line was outstanding.
Right.
Amazing.
The thing that really popped to me was there was so much tension in U.S. Bank Stadium when that game started.
Right.
Bengals won the toss, so they kicked to the Vikings. So everybody's like, oh boy, here we go, 3 and out. They're going to get a short field. Bengals are going to take control of this game right out of the gate. Wentz gets out there. Granted, the Bengals helped him out with, 3 penalties and 2 plays. But he got them into the end zone. First time all season the Vikings have scored in the first quarter. But to go down the field, get the touchdown, Mike, to me, it seemed like it was a big relief for everyone on that Viking sideline.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get him out there and get him started safely and within himself on some scripted plays that they knew he'd be able to flourish under a certain number of plays that he does well. So they put up a drive that was absolutely tailor-made for him. Christian Darrisaw back in the lineup, that made a world of difference. He is an absolute animal out there. And Donovan Jackson right next to him. So I love that combo. I can't wait for Ryan Kelly to get back. But that made a big difference, too. And in all fairness, I mean, you know, the kid didn't have that. McCarthy didn't have that against the Atlanta Falcons. But Darrisaw is back, and it made all the difference in the world. And it really helped, I think, Carson Wentz. And he did go down the field, and he proved to himself and to the coaching staff that he's capable.
All right, Tyler, where do you, as voice of the fans, where does the fan base sit now on J.J. McCarthy after watching Wentz come in here, cool, calm, collective? There still was 13 penalties. Believe me, there's things to fix.
Yeah.
But overall, what did you see? Where do you think the Vikings should be with Mr. McCarthy?
Well,
at this point?
I mean, we at the end of the day, the fans, we want to win, right? That's our main goal. We want to win. I think obviously right now Carson Wentz is our only option to win. But if you look at it, we've talked about this a couple times here. Like if we win the trenches, we win the game, right? We are having that offensive line back. having Ginkle back on defense.
Yep.
I mean, that really is a game changer.
Right.
Not having Harrison Smith on the field and having him back now. I mean, when your captains aren't out there, who's going to lead, right? So, I mean, I think the biggest deal is winning that. We won on the offensive line. We only had to throw 20 passes to win by 30 points. I mean, it's a great way of doing it. I think right now everyone's emotions are high about Wentz, right? I think that if we win 4 games in a row and we're 4-1 when Jay's ready to come back, I think there's going to be a discussion. I think it's going to be tough, to see how that all plays out. But I know Chuck's going to want to go with the vet because JJ's not ready.
Well, my whole thing with the whole scenario is they brought the right guy in. They didn't, I mean, he's had to have some questions about, man, do I still have it? Am I going to get an opportunity to showcase my talent again? And so he was thinking about that the whole time. He knew he had to go start. And so I'm sure he put the time in. He's a veteran. You can see that. He was in control the whole game. My hope is this is what we can see from him from here on out. JJ's injury, when he comes back, well, that's, as you said, is going to that whole thing is going to depend on how well Carson Wentz is playing.
Yeah.
But in the same token, if he's playing decent, I still wouldn't bring JJ back because I think our defense can lead us because they can play some football.
I agree.
So I think if that defense plays well, Carson just keeps us going so we can keep. I don't care how much we win by, but as long as we win it.
If we stay healthy, we need an average quarterback to have a very successful year. If we stay healthy.
Yeah, we got that kind of talent.
Yeah, well, I agree
with that. I think you can manage this offense as like a Trent Dilfer did with the Ravens back in 2000. I mean, he found a way just to step in and win, I want to say 10 out of 11 games that he played coming down the stretch for the Ravens.
Right.
And won a Super Bowl.
Certainly did.
I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for is a savvy veteran quarterback. And I would consider Carson Wentz very much that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, as long as he's healthy and he feels good about the offense, about the scheme of things, schematically, he should be okay coming through Los Angeles with McVay. I mean, that's O'Connell's deal. Right. So you would think that would work for him.
But he's athletic too.
Very athletic too.
Right.
The only thing that bothers me or that stays in the back of my mind is that he is now the first quarterback in NFL history to start a game for 6 different teams in 6 different seasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's something there. I mean, I could see if one team made a mistake and let a guy go and didn't realize it was not a coaching staff that was among the best in the NFL. But if you have 5 other teams that had this guy and said, you know what, we could do better.
But that depends on who they had on their roster.
No,
they may have had somebody on that they wanted to develop and give more time to. It might be one of those situations where, the right guy in the wrong place too many times.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
could
probably
be it.
Exactly it is.
It's not that he can't play, but every organization has a different game plan.
It also could be Carson Wentz and his agent saying we want to start somewhere, and we know you have plans for someone. The Daniel Jones thing.
There you go.
I mean, it's like he wants to play. He knows he's good enough to play, and he is. But the injury probably held him off with 1 or 2 of those teams because he just wasn't right yet. Mm-hmm. And then 1 or 2 more years, whatever teams, I got to think that he was saying, I'm good. I mean, I'm not hurt. I want to play, though, but I want to be at a place where I can start. And I don't think he was finding that. No. And here, he could have the Sam Darnold thing all over again, you know.
I'm just hoping he continues to play well.
Me too.
One game at a time, and that'll give JJ a time to heal. And then if he comes back and this guy's still performing like they want him to, then there's no need to bring him back right away.
Agreed.
I think too, JJ staying healthy is a big deal right now. This is kind of like strike 2, right? I mean, if he comes back in for Wentz again and gets hurt again, I think we have he just might not be strong enough to be in the league. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes.
There are guys like that. Teddy Bridgewater was kind of like that.
Absolutely.
He's tougher than nails, and he would get back in there. But this guy, I don't know what to say.
I'm not
But
questioning. I'm not questioning his drive and want, but
no
sometimes the
question
body
about it.
just
some
isn't
people
there.
just don't hold up well. Some
Yeah.
guys didn't hold up well to training camp back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a tough physical thing, and they didn't have camp bodies. They could make it through 16 games or whatever we played, but they couldn't get through camp, through 7 or 8 weeks of camp where you hit twice a day.
Oh, sure.
And so they had to hold them off. You know, I hate to say it, like Chris Dolman was kind of one of those. He was a Hall of Fame player, and he was an outstanding football player, but he always got hurt. I mean, legitimately hurt. He wasn't nursing something or pretending.
Yeah.
You know, he just would get nicked. And so anyway, that's my thought. And McCarthy is a few more strikes away with where he's at right now, because I don't know if he's hurt at all. Because I saw him walking up and down the sidelines like, that's a high ankle sprain. I mean, if someone's either got him full of Novocaine and cortisone, and he can't feel it, or I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. You're saying it was a benching? Come on.
Oh yeah,
He just said. You said it was a benching?
Hang on. We're going to take a break because someone that edits the show later will have a cow go down the road of this one, or a horse.
or a horse.
Yeah.
It's not his first rodeo.
So we will take a break. We will get into Mr. Morris's conspiracy theory, which to me almost looks like fact, and we'll talk about the peanut punch and how that has become a weapon in the National Football League. But before we go to break, we have to tell you about one of our brand new sponsors, Mike Lynn's Tennis and Pickleball Store in St. Louis Park. Yes, they are on board, and I just got texted to me. They are running a special on Yonex tennis rackets until the inventory is gone. So that means you have to hurry up and get there so you can pick the best of what's left. And they also have the largest selection of pickleball rackets. So get over there to Mike Lynn's Tennis and Pickleball Shop in St. Louis Park. The JimBob Sports Jamboree, presented by the Window Store, will return after this. Welcome back to the JimBob Sports Jamboree, presented by the Window Store. Tyler Ganz is the owner and proprietor. Chuck Foreman, Vikings legend. Mike Morris, Vikings legend. Both with us here. We're going to get into Mike's conspiracy theory here in a moment, but Tyler, you have some giant breaking news.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We have been working with Skull Marketing diligently. You know, the window store is 25 years old, but we started out doing windows. Now we do so much more. So by saying the window store, we kind of pigeonhole ourselves. So we're changing our branding to TWS Remodeling, because now we're doing roofs, now we're doing siding, now we're doing doors, now we're doing kitchens, and now the biggest thing we're announcing October 1st is we're adding on a bathroom line. So really we're becoming more of a remodeling company than just an exteriors company. So that's really exciting for us. We're aligning that with giving away $25,000 for our 25th year in business. Don't just go right to the website, thewindowstoreinc.com, to register for that. But next week we'll be saying go to TWSremodeling.com, I think, to register for that. So we're right on the line of announcing this. I just wanted to start talking about it.
You can hear the bulletins breaking right now in the background.
I know, that's Chuck helping me out.
It's like ticker tape. It's like a ticker.
All right, and also the sounder could mean there is breaking news. Bulletins. The CIA and Mike Morris have gone undercover to discover a conspiracy theory surrounding the Minnesota Vikings and their change at quarterback. Mr. Morris.
Yeah, I have the floor now, right? I don't need the CIA. I didn't need them. They just joined. They just helped out. They thought they were doing something. I just told them to go stand in the corner and eat donuts. Yeah. McCarthy got benched. And Wentz got the nod. And JJ doesn't have a high ankle sprain. He might have tweaked his ankle because I saw him getting some tape on it. No biggie. But he went back in and finished the game, and he was talking with O'Connell on the sideline. He was fine. Also, in this past game against the Bengals, he was on the bench, walking around like looking for someone to talk to.
No boot.
No boot. No boot. No limp. Now, Chuck Foreman, I'm guessing, has had a high ankle sprain at one time or not.
Right.
Maybe not. I don't know. But it's a pretty severe injury. It's as bad as a break in most cases. Can you expound upon that?
Yeah. I agree 100% on that one. So hey, listen, Mike. We never know. But we do observe.
Oh, we do. Oh, we do. And I played way too much, and I sat on the bench far too long. I noticed everyone walking up and down on the sidelines and what they look like and how they're walking. And I'm just telling you, that is really peculiar if he has a high ankle sprain. That's all I'm going to go with. But he had a smile on his face. He was talking with everybody up and down the side. I saw it on camera, and I thought, he's got a ankle sprain. No, he doesn't. And Wentz probably got the nod. And O'Connell said he's not ready yet. And I'm sitting here with a bruised ego already for the way he played against Atlanta. So let's get him. And that's fine. Look, he probably should sit. He's young. He's super young. I know he's sharp.
22 years old.
Yeah, so he'll be okay, but he's going to have to sit him. He knows that. Nothing wrong with that. But he didn't say that. He said he had an ankle sprain. So I'm going with.
Well, and he came out Monday with that. Nobody had an inkling in the media that he was
that night.
Up.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody saw it.
Right.
That's a great point.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying we didn't hear about it.
Right,
And then the next
he
morning.
opens it up and he goes, "Be here to say J.J. McCarthy is out this week." And we're like, "Wait, what?
What?
And then it was 3 to 4 weeks.
Correct.
After that. And I said, wait, just a minute. He walked off the field. Last 3 minutes of that football game against Atlanta, he was talking with the coach and just sort of nodding yes, no. I'm like, why isn't he over on the bench or in the blue tent or whatever getting that thing? Anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's just all I'm saying.
Well, it would be an extensive, fabrication, because I've listened to a few interviews with O'Connell this week talking about how tough this kid is for playing through the high ankle sprain. We just really love him in this locker room. So, so if it is, they're really covering for him.
I can tell you the same one thing about Kevin O'Connell. Listen to him after the game when he's giving away game balls and talking about his players. I'd like to be in there when he's giving that pregame speech, man.
He's good. He's really good.
He had me ready to go.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, he knows how to relate to those players. That's for sure. He says all the right things at the right time.
And then the way he answers questions in his press conferences,
right?
They go on and covers a lot of things without saying much. Mm-hmm. But he did say about McCarthy, he was asked this week, when he's healthy, does he get the job back? So in other words, is he not Wally Pipped here?
Right.
And he said, well, he went into the fact that, a young quarterback needs 10,000 snaps. That this is the number he threw out. Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds like...
It's like a Fitbit thing. 10,000 steps and 10,000 legs and 10,000 snaps. And more eye black for JJ.
So how many does JJ have so far?
So he went down that road with it.
He went down that road.
One full week.
He wants to make sure, he has a 1 full week of practice where he's 100% healthy.
Yeah.
And then he said, we don't have to answer that question today. That's how he ended it.
There you go.
I didn't hear that, but you can read between those lines.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's like Bud Grant. We won't make a decision until we have to. That's what Bud would say. 10,000 snaps, he's a long ways away. Long ways. He's got 10 now. He's got about 10.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't think he's hurt that bad. I think he got sat down. They just didn't want to say it that way. They didn't want the media to cover it that way. So he's hurt. That's all.
But to what you said, Chuck, like if this is Wentz's, one last shot,
Right.
one last opportunity, and he is taking advantage of that.
Right.
We want that energy, right? We want the veteran that's like putting it all on the line.
Yeah.
I just think it's better than the kid.
He certainly got the talent, you know that. And so, like, he's been dealt a lot of unfortunate situations, and this might be a good one for him. So let's just wait and see and hope that the offensive line stays healthy. He's able to do what he does, because I like some stuff that he did. I mean, I didn't know he could throw from angles like that. Mm-hmm. And he seemed to grasp the offense, well. And, he's a veteran. He didn't get shaken up by anything. And and then who's coming back this week? The wide receiver,
Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison's coming
Yeah.
back. Hey, and then what we have there already, and the offensive line stays healthy. Yeah, anything's possible.
I got a question. Oh, sorry. Talked to Mike about this already. Just the way the
Right.
offense looked
Right.
when Wentz was out there versus when McCarthy was out there the first 2 weeks. There was seemed to be a lot
Right.
of confusion. Players not really knowing what was going on. They were hurrying to get the snap
Right.
off. We didn't see that with Wentz.
He was steady. He was direct, and everybody seemed to be in place and in play for what everything they had to do. I mean, they operated smoothly. The offensive line was smooth. You know, everything that happens in a football game, as I've said 100 times already, it depends on how those guys up front are playing. And when you get your best player back and everybody else is coming in, and then that running game gets going, and you might not believe when that running game's going, everybody falls into place, you know, because that's what makes the game go.
Right.
It opens up everything.
Right, because my question was it because O'Connell kind of slimmed down the playbook because Wentz has only been here a month, and with McCarthy, they had it stuffed with everything?
Right.
And maybe that was the issue, or is it just the veteran leadership that Wentz
I think-
has, where he's been out there so much that we're cool guys?
Yeah, I think it's what you said about the veteran. He understands. First of all, he already understands what he sees the defense, what he wants to call. It's just about the terminology of the team, the current team that he's with, and I'm sure he already knows that. But when he goes out there and he sees the defense, and he's going to either leave the call where it is, or he's going to make that change. And I think that with a veteran leadership like that and the steadiness that he brought to the game, and then, you know, with the offensive line coming off and moving people, it opened up everything for him. So it made the game easier for him, too.
I don't think you're talking about his throwing angles, because you watched JJ throw. I thought it was kind of soft, right? Wentz is throwing darts to veteran wide receivers that want
Right.
that ball now. Did you see how involved Hawkinson was?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because he's getting the ball to him.
Yeah. I think that makes a huge difference too. He got a little more protection. I will hand that to JJ.
Right.
He didn't have much protection.
Not at all.
The offensive line was pretty bad against Atlanta, but so he had a little extra time. But he also knew where he was going with it. In his helmet, the coach is talking, and that's not a big deal for Wentz, but it is for McCarthy. He's trying to take it all in and then try and get a play called and up to the line of scrimmage before the play clock runs down, and I think that's where you get into that frenzy, that panic mode.
Right.
When you're a starting player on the offensive line, you want to get up to the ball sooner and take a look, because those offensive linemen in the center are going to give you a number count and a direction to slide.
Right.
So anyway, McCarthy had him, rammed up against the wall at the last second or two before they could get any of that done. So it hurried them. They were panicky. And Wentz didn't do that. He gets everything that O'Connell wants him to do in his helmet first time, and let's get the play called and let's get up to the ball, And like you said, just either kill the play and move to a running play, or
Right.
the opposite running play.
Right.
Or,
Whatever color they use to make that change.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, and sometimes when they make that change, you're like going down what?
Yep.
Man, but they got 50 plays that we could be renting here. Oh, this is the one we're going to race. So it's like that total recall got to be right there, right now. And so that's the interesting thing about when they make the change, or they make the audible.
Yep.
Is how does everybody catch it? And when they do, are they going to get off the ball at the same time? And some people might catch it late, and then they, throws everything off.
Yeah, it's intricate, but with us anyway, if you heard a call like a color call,
Right,
a
yeah.
green meant we're going to stay with the play in the huddle.
Right.
And if it wasn't going to be that, he'd get up to the line of scrimmage, whatever quarterback it was, he'd yell kill, kill, kill. Well, if you heard kill, you knew it was another play that was already pre-designated
Right.
from the week of practice. And it would either be the opposite side of the run, a mirror
Right,
play of the run, or scrub the run, and it's open for the pass. We'll do the
Right,
pass.
right.
So that's what you got a couple choices.
It's crazy, but yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll get into the peanut punch, since we got sidetracked on this one with the conspiracy theory that Mr. Morris threw out
It's a
there.
fact. It's not a
It's
conspiracy.
a fact, Jack. Correct. And here's a fact for you. Experience Maple Grove is the place to go. Still got some back-to-school shopping to do? Stop by there. They've got all the shops at Arbor Lakes. And then, of course, Maple Grove is your restaurant capital of Minnesota with over 150 different dining options. Mr. Morris is up there. Chuck goes up there. This is the place to hang out. You're going to a Viking game, going to a Gopher game, why not head up there because they've got shuttles that'll take you down there. Go to Experience Maple Grove, and also you can stay right in Maple Grove because they have 10 comfortable hotel properties right in the city limits. So there you go. That's what you need to do this fall. ExperienceMapleGrove.com. Back with more here on the JimBob Sports Jamboree, presented by the Window Store, soon to be something else. We'll get that for you in a minute. Welcome back to the JimBob Sports Jamboree, presented by the Window Store. Tyler, don't take that drink. Soon to be called
TWS Remodeling. The Window Store Remodeling, TWS Remodeling.
Ah,
Got
I love
it? Got it?
I love it. This is genius marketing by School Marketing. I'm sure they helped you with that.
Yeah.
And Mr. Morris, you have a home project you need to get done. And you need to get it done early this week because the Vikings kick off at 8:30 in the morning, which means you have to finish it on Saturday, not waste your time Sunday going back somewhere else to try to figure out how you messed it up. So how do you get it right the first time?
here's the thing I would do. I'm trying to build a panic room so in case something goes wrong with the game, I can just go down there and hide from all the other fans and not have to worry about it and come out of the bunker later. Anyway, the place for me to go do that would be, Pelici's Ace Hardware. Because Ace is the place, but even more so, Pelici's Ace Hardware is the place to go. Zumbrota, Farmington, Rosemount, Egan, get down there. If you're going to dig a wine cellar or a hell bunker like I am, you'll need some help. They got all the shovels. They've got Clark Kensington paint. You can paint the inside of the damn place pink if you want to. They'll make the paint for you right there. So don't walk around like a knucklehead trying to fix paint and trying to pick paint out. Don't do it. I've done that before, and I'm an idiot. Now, they've got the Weber grills, they've got the Yeti coolers, they've got Scott turf builders, so you can build a new yard right over the top of the hell bunker, and no one will even know you're down there. Okay, so do that today. They've got all the discounts on the power tools still. They got a $30 discount on the 20-volt select DeWalt's and $20 discounts on the 20-volt select Craftsman. Get down there. Tell them Superstar Mike Moore sent you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now we know where
Here's
it's
pink. I see you in your pink hell bunker. What?
Now we know why he's into conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Wow.
I've lost it.
All right. The Peanut Punch has come to Minnesota. Isaiah Rogers, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, should be of the month, should be of the season for what he did in just one half. First player in NFL history to score 2 defensive touchdowns and force 2 fumbles in the same game. And he also had an interception as well.
Right.
So I spoke with him about how he's able to dislodge footballs. And he says Brian Flores has taught the defensive backs, linebackers, to go for the elbow.
Right.
Chuck, when you were carrying the football, I'm sure that was part of the case as well, people. But it seemed like before, the defense's job was to tackle people and not so much go for the ball. But now the game has changed where it seems like the ball is the first target, tackling you is second.
Here's what I'm going to say about that. I remember back when I was first learning how to run. I mean, not run, but the running back position. And I was in this all-star game with Weeb Eubank back in the days, and that was one of my first times playing running back, and he was watching me. He says, you need to carry the ball like this. You know, you have the point of it in your hand, then the other point's supposed to come up under your arm, right? You keep it here, and then you're supposed to keep it tucked close. And then when you run, you really aren't going. You can't get the full goal because you got the ball tucked under here, and you're running like it keeps it safe, but it's uncomfortable to do that. So you end up wanting to, in a natural way to run with having the ball here between your elbows, and you got it. You're safe, but you know when the guys go to punch at it, especially in that area back in the back where you know it'll come out, but most of the time, you know. So, but in my time, they didn't really do a whole lot of that, you know. But then as time's going on, I mean, that's, because everybody in my time, you better tackle him. Don't be worrying about knocking the ball out.
Right.
But as time has gone on, that's been a part of the game that, a lot of people use.
I think a lot of it came from what Chuck just said. Is I don't even know if you were allowed to strike it like that. It was called stripping the football. You'd try and pull the arm or the wrist apart and try and pull it out of his arm. But striking it the way Peanut Tillman did was a new thing. I think that's where he kind of got his name attached to it, was that he would strike at the football, either underneath or over the top, and hammer it with a hammer fist, and it would come out. And he developed quite a reputation for it. And now it's called the Peanut Punch. But he, it's amazing how many footballs he got knocked out as soon as I think it was a rule change that said you could do that. And instead of stripping and trying to pry it out or dig it out, which is like when Chuck played, I think it changed quite a bit. And he made it really popular to do because he was getting it out of there all the time. So, and Chuck Foreman was like this guy, the spin doctor was like this.
Yeah.
He would have this, he was like this, and the ball's out here and kind of tucked up here with those big hands kind of locked in the front. You and Walter Payton did the same thing. A loaf of bread. But you never lost the ball.
No, not much at all. But there's a method to that. But that's when you're out trying to get rid of somebody. But when they were all coming, you better bring that ball in because everybody was going at it then. But now, like I say, when you watch a game, whether it's in college or whether it's pro, everybody's going for the ball. They knock the ball out. But the tackling is so bad now because of it. Because now they're not trying to hit and wrap. They're trying to knock that ball out. So that's one of the problems with tackling now that we see it's so poor at a lot of times in the defensive backfield.
Because running back get another 10, 15
because everybody's punching instead of tackling.
Right.
So
I didn't know there was a rule change there. I'd be interested to really
Maybe
find the
there
facts
was.
on
I
that.
think I remember that. I remember that you couldn't swing or punch, or even now the stuff that they do now with that rugby push, like a guy's down the field and he's still standing up. They run in behind and they try and get into that push. You weren't allowed to do that or to pull.
It was aiding the runner.
You couldn't do it.
That happened in a playoff game, right? The Ravens, weren't they the ones that did that, I think?
They would pull the guy across. They would literally pull their guy by the jersey across the goal line. And I think a lot of the punch thing came up as it evolved into that punch. I want to say. Right. I don't know what year, but I'm going to look that up. I will look that up.
All right, now for those of you listening on radio or listening to this as a podcast, go to Sports Legends USA, our YouTube channel, and you can see how Chuck was demonstrating how he carried the ball, how they protect the ball nowadays, how he was taught. Because it's very interesting, and you need kind of the visual to get that as well.
But I'm telling you, when people are chasing you, you might not be thinking about how you
keeping it tucked like that.
because it gets out here so you can just go, but.
The mobility would be cut down with only one arm.
But if you got big hands and stuff, and you can put it right there, you might get away with it. But
agreed.
Yeah, but when they're chasing you, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about I got to go.
Yeah, and to me, Rodgers is at least very small sample size. Looks like another diamond in the rough that the Vikings fished out of someone else's team. That Flores saw the attributes of this kid and said, you know what? You can become a Grenard and Ginkle, a Cashman, where you were kind of so-so with your team. I mean, he was a backup with the Eagles. He hardly played last season. And now he's become a starting quarterback, and now he is the NFC Player of the Week.
And what made it the first time only as a defensive player? Was it that he intercepted and housed it?
2 touchdowns and 2 forced fumbles in one game. No one has done that.
I thought Darren Sharper had done that,
right.
But
2 defensive touchdowns. There's people that have done that, and also 2 forced fumbles. I think.
You guys never heard of Flores tea?
I don't think I have.
Okay, that's the tea he gives them when they come into our organization. Brian does. They drink this tea, then they become part of him, because he's really intense, right? He's really smart.
Wow.
And,
I haven't heard of that.
They got this called Flores tea. Check it out, man. I don't play anymore, but it won't help me.
Is it a product that you can?
You got to go to Brian to get it. You know, he only sends it. He only gives it to people that he thinks that meet the standard.
I had no. That's the first time.
You know,
I heard that.
Van Ginkel, all those guys come from Miami. Yeah, Flores T. It's a big deal down there. Well, it's a big deal here now, but
Wow.
we got a great defensive coordinator, and boy, let me tell
He's
you,
something else.
he is special. The guys around him are special. The only unfortunate thing is when these teams come back to their senses,
Yeah.
somebody's going to hire him as their head coach.
Yeah.
And it'll be a sad day in Minnesota, but a great day for him.
He's got a nice thing going.
He is one of the best, no question about it. When you look at him on the sideline, you can see him working. Well, you know what he's doing, and those guys execute well. They don't make mistakes.
Isn't it kind of cool that he's taking, kind of middle of the road players and bringing them up to an excellent level? I mean, we have the quarterback whisperer on one side.
Right.
Yep.
Now we got the defense whisperer on the other.
And
that's powerful.
Right. There's a lot of times guys that can play don't get the opportunity because somebody's there in front of them, so they don't get to showcase it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are just caught or they left behind in this place to where they just can't dig out of it. And then that opportunity comes, and then boom, there you go.
That's it.
Well, he was a recruiter for the Patriots, right? Before this?
Flores was?
Flores.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with him saying that he actually likes recruiting almost more than coaching.
Yeah,
He's got an eye for it.
Well, anyway, we're lucky to have him. That's all I know.
Yeah.
One other thing on Rodgers. Okay, he was clocked at 20 miles an hour. The CBS broadcast had that on there on that
Oh, really?
return.
Oh, really?
And so he's over 20 miles an hour, and I was talking to him. Some of your teammates are saying you were going all out, and he told me I wasn't.
Oh.
He goes, I've been clocked at over 23 miles an hour.
Wow. I can believe it too, because was he a track guy or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a track guy.
Yeah.
And he said, and I said, well, how did you? He said, I said, well, why weren't you going all out? He said, well, a couple of things were in my mind. He said, one, I was looking at the Jumbotron at the end of the stadium. He was heading that way, US Bank Stadium, so I could see if anybody was coming. And so I said, so I didn't have to kick it in gear to get away from anybody. And then two, I said, I knew if I scored, we'd be right back out on the field, and I didn't want to be gassed.
Wow.
I mean,
You're thinking of that?
That's what you're
He's
thinking about?
He's
while
thinking
you're
about
running
all
down the
that,
field?
right?
Wow.
That's impressive right there.
One thing that I really got, I was just like blown away by the fact that he stripped the ball the way he did on the second fumble, and then recovering the ball, but the way he got up and was so fast. After three steps, he was gone.
Gone.
I couldn't believe he made all three plays. The strip, jumped on the football, got up, and didn't sit there forever like some guys do,
Right.
and was gone. He was leaving people in his wake.
Well, and
couldn't
Noah
believe it.
Fant is not a small human. Right?
Yeah.
That's a big dude. To
Yeah.
rip it out of his hand,
Yeah,
like
truly.
he did, like that wasn't a punch, that was a rip.
I
you know?
I agree. I mean, the guy's talented. Rodgers is a good player.
Speaking of gone, if you want to get going and get gone fast, as we're running out of time in this segment, because someone will tell me about it, a place where you can go to get something if you want to be gone fast.
If you want to be gone fast, do it the way I would do it and just go down to, it's like off Cliff Road and 35W in Burnsville. It's Dodge of Burnsville, the King of Ram. You can go on down there and ask them for a truck, car, new or used, and they'll take good care of you. Don't bother with the other garbage. Head on over there right past all the recycling plants and walk in and ask for Mark Saber or Adam Saber. They'll help you out. Their service department's second to none. Do it that way. And tell them Superstar Mike Morris sent you.
There you go. All right, and that new name coming soon for the window store.
TWS Remodeling. TWS, the window store. Got it?
Yep, got you.
We remodel it because we do more than windows, you know?
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Bob Sansevere, oh boy, joins us next here on the JimBob Sports Jamboree.